everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight is one of the most recognizable voices in sports media. He is the face of ESPN's First Take, the host of the Stephen A. Smith Show, and in September, he'll be launching 2 new shows on SiriusXM. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Stephen A. Smith.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody?
You know what I like is that I like a guest who doesn't come straight to the chair.
Right.
They take a second to be with the audience,
Right.
to let them be drinking. You know, you need to acknowledge something. I hope you can acknowledge something.
Okay. All right.
Is that you are known to make an entrance. You got that bounce in your step that we just saw right there, and as I said, you took a little time.
Yeah.
Are you aware of something that scientists call the Stephen A. strut? Have you heard this term?
I haven't heard it, but I believe it.
You don't need,
I mean, I do have it.
You do not need to hear it to know it.
You know.
We've got a montage here of you walking into some arenas.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay? Hit it right there. What inspires that gait and that swagger?
Well, listen, man, you know, I cover sports, and, you know, obviously these are multi-million-dollar athletes, the greatest athletes in the world, NBA, NFL, and all that other stuff. And a lot of times people think I'm walking in because, you know, I'm walking in like one of the players. First of all, I didn't ask the camera to be on me. I just know it's going to be there. And secondly, because I know it's going to be there, my attitude is when I roll up in the arena, I consider myself to be probably the best dressed dude in the building or in the stadium. So they've been making this statement about, oh, he think he's one of the players. No, I think the players should look at my wardrobe and take notes. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Okay, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Bold.
True.
It's a good time to be Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
What's the A for, by the way?
Anthony.
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 There you go.
Anthony.
All right. You recently signed, this is why it's a good time to be you, recently signed a 5-year deal with ESPN worth a reported $100 million. That's American dollars, not Canadian dollars. Okay, you also got 2 new shows coming on SiriusXM this September. Earlier this year, teased a possible 2028 run for president. But I want to ask you about hitting the actual big time this year. You made your debut on Law and Order.
Yeah. That was nice.
How did that come about?
There was this wonderful lady named Pam Wexler that I saw in L.A. She's a writer. She was a writer for Law and Order. And she saw me and she said, oh, my God, they would love to have you on the show. And I was like, what show? You know, because obviously I have a recurring role in General Hospital, the soap opera, and stuff like that.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody knows that,
Yes.
right? So what happened is that they said, she said Law and Order. I said, Law and Order? Law and Order? The Law and Order? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
You know?
Did you have to audition?
I did not. I ain't got no time to audition.
I don't know.
I got a couple of daytime jobs, man. I ain't got time to audition. You want me or you don't. Wow. So they
but
came to me
that's a
with
rite of passage in New York to be on Law and Order.
I feel you on that, and let me tell you something right now. It was a wonderful experience. However, I mean, I was very, very happy, very proud of my performance. The flip side to it, though, is that one of the scenes involved me being dead. They had to kill me.
Okay.
And
do we see you get killed?
You see my body, my dead body, in Central Park. Now, I was in Central Park for 5 hours. 5 hours. I'm born in the Bronx, raised in Hollis, Queens, New York, and I was in Central Park laying dead for 5 hours. You understand? They kept having me redo it over and over. Like, we're gonna take this scene.
You weren't convincingly immobile?
I thought I was. But they wanted to film this other stuff. Okay, you're running up in there and the person stabs you in the chest and you fall down. I will say this though, they had me fall down on a rock and it looks like a really, really, like a real rock and you're walking and it's nice and cushiony. It was very comfortable. It was very comfortable. I got to give it
wow,
to
here
you.
they're putting those out there
was.
now.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. And, you know, gave me a little acting bug there, I must confess.
You like acting?
I do, because you get to be whatever the role requires. Whatever that is.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Is the Stephen A. Smith we see on a daily basis on ESPN, is that a role or is this you?
No, that's me.
Okay.
No, that's me. That's me.
Maybe you-
That's me.
how
I've
do we-
always been argumentative, but peacefully so. I mean, I know my lane, you know. When my mama, God rest her soul, I mean, I didn't argue with her so much. I didn't want to get slapped upside my head. And so, and you know, with my sisters, I got 4 older sisters that would not hesitate to beat me up. So I was the youngest of 6, and I got beat down, so I had to watch my mouth. But then, as I grew older and I was away from home, there was a freedom that I didn't have growing up. I could run my mouth and get away with it. And then I learned I could get paid for it. And after that, sky's the limit.
And also, the baby loves attention. The baby loves
That's
attention.
right. That's right.
We have to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Stephen A. Smith, everybody. Stick around.